Good morning. This is Mike Rowan, Chairman of the Hockington Historical Commission. I'm reporting on the Historical Commission meeting we had on Tuesday, January 30th. It opened with a public hearing on 13 Walcott Street. We received a demolition application for the existing house and garage at 13 Walcott Street. And we had previously determined that the property, the structure was historically significant. So we began a public hearing to hear comment from the applicant and any interested parties as to whether we should determine that the property is preferably preserved, in which case there would be instituted an 18-month demo delay. So after discussion and deliberation about the intent of the developer owner as to what he wants to do with the property, which basically it's zoned commercial. So his interest was to continue a residence on the property, but to maximize the available land for commercial use as well. And we discussed, he discussed his intent to tear down the property and build a new structure that conformed with setbacks. I think the Historical Commission informed him that if he were to consider retaining the existing structure, he could work with us per the bylaw that allows for consideration of retention of a historically significant structure, that the ZBA would consider relief from zoning setbacks and other criteria. So based on that information and deliberation after the public hearing, the Historical Commission determined unanimously that 13 Walcott Street, the existing structure, was preferably preserved. We did encourage the applicant to submit plans and have a dialogue with us about their intention. And hopefully there is a future result that would be beneficial to all parties. So that was the public hearing and determination on 13 Walcott Street. Another matter on the agenda was review of 4852 Main Street and 6 Cedar Street, which is commonly known as Katz Pharmacy. The applicant did not submit any information, so that review was tabled at this time. Third item on the agenda was the Open Space Planning Committee is considering purchase of a historic property, and they came to the Historical Commission to get our opinion as to whether we would support the purchase based on the fact that there is an existing cow run that is lined with stone walls, and that is part of the original farms, both the Colella and other previous farm owners of the area. And after debate and discussion, the commission did agree and did vote unanimously that we did think that property was historic, and it would benefit the town to purchase the property and retain the existing cow run. So that was the decision on that property. The next item of consideration was the billboards on Hayden Row Street on the former Connolly Farm, College Street intersection. The developer is building, I believe 12 Run Nation is building 12 houses on the property. And the planning board had put a condition in their approval that the billboards would be removed unless the Historical Commission deemed them historically a historic resource. We did discuss that, but we could not determine what the original date of construction of the billboards were, and we needed some more information from the applicant. So we deferred a decision on the billboards until a future date. So we'll put it on the agenda for the next meeting. We did want to try to determine, is the property more than 75 years old? What people had said was that there's unquestionably, it was there in the 50s. But unfortunately, if it was there in 1950, that's only 74 years, so does not qualify for the review of the Historical Commission, as we have a cutoff date of 75 years or older. So I know that's semantics and a minor detail, but it's in the bylaw that's what is one of the criteria for historical significance. So we'll review that to see if in fact it's a participant in the meeting suggested that he had or aerial picture from 1938 that shows the billboard, but he could not produce that at the meeting. So we'll follow up on, see if we can determine what the date of the billboards are and whether they are historic as defined by the bylaw, the town bylaws. So that was the billboard discussion. Aikens Park, we had scheduled a ribbon cutting for this Friday at 9 a.m. But due to the inclement weather, and also the intel that it's we believe that the town manager, Norman Khumalo, who was instrumental in getting the granite that we used on the Aikens Park Bridge in trail restoration, will be around for more than this month. We determined that we will postpone the ribbon cutting until a later date to be determined. So we're hopeful that we can perhaps do that early spring, if all parties are available to attend. So stay tuned to that. And we did not discuss McFarland Sanger House in the meeting, and the meeting minutes were approved. And that was the extent of the meeting for the Historical Commission of January 30th, 2024.